Here in the Reno world, we call these sparkly plugs. If you missed the last episode, we discovered some fun electrical work around the house while we were getting the kitchen ready. I'm strong! Honey! What the is that? Safety! So cute! Always look for the wiggle. Hiya. Yeah.
Okay, just gonna sit, okay?
Okay, thanks. Oh, this one I can do this.
This one you guys okay?
How much? 10 pounds?
50 pounds.
50? Oh. Well, found our first surprise. Linoleum! So now we have an extra step to peel. But at least the floorboards are nailed. Really nice hardwood.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Solid hardwood.
I almost feel bad for removing it.
Yeah, almost. I already don't know how to install it again. So we decided to get the 1/8" plywood to level out the subfloor versus peeling the vinyl. The subfloor was leveled out with partial vinyl, partial plywood, so if we peeled the vinyl, it would have affected the level of the floor. We also would have had to scrape up all the glue residue to make sure mortar would adhere evenly. So Steph, quick on his feet, problem solved this, but it also presented a new problem. We just got back from a family barbecue. 10:46. We have to put down the uncoupling membrane because it takes 4 hours to cure. So if we were to start tomorrow morning, we'd be sitting here for 4 hours waiting for that to cure. The more we're out of a sink and stove, the more takeout we buy, and the more this budget makeover becomes not a budget makeover. I'll get it done. It's gonna get it done. did it. We did it. Yes, I'm wearing the same thing 3 days in a row. Whatever. We woke up this morning and we felt the floor and there's a bit of a bubble.
A bit of many bubbles.
A bit of many bubbles. And we're like, fuck. What happened is that the deter that's attached to the plywood that we put down is well and secure, but the plywood is what's raising up.
Plywood was not secured.
Like, we screwed down plenty, but then found out that when you put deter down, you're supposed to put screws every 4 inches. We just spent a couple hours researching, trying to find a solution, trying to decide, do we rip it all up now? My thought is that if you don't do it right now, once you put down the tile, you're just gonna have to rip up the tile, and it's gonna be even worse. Our previous floor screws were a bit too long, you said?
Yeah.
So we got shorter floor screws.
We got screws that are...
And Steph is now floor screwing the shit out of it.
Only in the low parts.
We're making sure not to go through the waffles of the uncoupling, but just to go through the base layer. It's fixing everything so far. I think this will still preserve the uncoupling aspect of this uncoupling membrane. This technology is like possibly foolproof once you get it right.
If only we got it right.
If only we got it right. From what we've read, the people that have come across this same problem, nobody came to a solution because they ended up ripping everything out and trying again. And we're gonna guinea pig it. It was a tough decision because
It's a lot of money.
it's a lot of money, it's a lot of effort. We're well aware that this might create more problems. Saving the time to rip it up now might not save the time to rip it up once the kitchen is done. Like, we did a test plank. So far, it's doing really well.
We gonna find out.
We'll find out. Wish us luck. Update on the many screws. It looks like it fixed everything. The floor feels perfectly level now. There are no raises. Like, as we were going along, it didn't push any of the humps into more humps, you know what I mean? So now we're gonna dry fit, lay out all the tile, measure and cut them first before mixing the official mortar to put them down. We got really lucky, and most of the walls in this kitchen are pretty square. That's never happened in this house before. This is the state of our kitchen right now. Hello, welcome to my kitchen. This is my kitchen tour. This is the dishwasher. These are the drawers. These are the base cabinets with the base cabinet doors we haven't painted. Hey, I changed my shirt. I was doing some work this morning. And look at this. Look at this cut that Stefan made. Wow, it's so sexy. We actually had to sand down the newel post.
Sand, oscillate.
Cut the newel post.
I did take
You see a little
the
dusties.
chunk is over there.
Oh,
Yeah.
this much.
Yeah, I just take.
You take this much off the newel post. Dang.
Do you notice something?
No, what? Oh, my measurement?
Because we can always file it to get a little more room. But if it's too big and the lip won't, because the lip is only
Oh, it
half
won't
an inch.
sit?
Well, it'll sit, but then it won't. You'll see a gap
Right.
around the edges.
Oh. Everything is dry fit and cut, and we're ready to go. In terms of cutting tile, where we have our plumbing fixtures, we just cut around it instead of cutting holes. The only exception being this tile right here where our fridge is going to be. And now that we're getting ready for the official laydown, I'm so happy with how level the floor is. Whatever we did, I think it worked. You don't feel any lippage. I numbered every tile on the bottom right-hand corner so you know exactly what corner to put it down when we're ready to go. And we discussed in what order we're going to lay out the tile so that by the time we're done, we're at the back of the stairs and we're not touching the kitchen. No one is allowed in here for the next 24 hours. That's the game plan. We were not in a good place at this point because of the short window of time we had with wet mortar. We had no choice but to finish the entire job, and we tiled non-stop. No bathroom, no food, no breaks from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. This tiny rectangle of space took us 7 hours. It is so physically strenuous, lifting and plopping thick mortar, back buttering each tile, and laying it down with the correct spacing. We pretty much worked in silence most of the time because I think if either of us tried to talk at this point, it would have just ended badly. You think this is all slow-mo, but it's not.
This is it, honey.
This is it.
Oh, honey.
No, my stairs. Oh my God. How do we turn off the light? It's time. I'm gonna be the first person to walk on this. Like, everything looks amazing right now. But what if when I step on it, it stops looking amazing? No shifting. No lippage. Chipped 2 tiles. 2 of the most complex tiles, and need to patch those. At the end of the night, we're like, fuck it. The mortar's already laid down. Not gonna be able to cut this now in the dead of the night. It was 2 a.m. Not going to lay that all down all over again while mortar everywhere else is drying. So patch some chips it is. Thank goodness that this tile is speckly. This is our flour baby.
Okay, I think it's well mixed.
So we're dry mixing this pigment. I read so many things about how, you know, if you don't mix your grout well, there's gonna be, I forgot what it's called, but there's a term for it, about how it's bad. You'll get splotchy grout. Might have made a mistake. The tile that I ended up buying is the darkest gray version of the 3 options that I had. And I didn't think about getting the matching grout color. I just went back to the original grout color that was recommended, only to realize that this is the grout might be too light. This is a chunk of the dried up grout, and this is the sample of the color. So I didn't expect it to be a perfect match. It's obviously a little lighter. I feel like as first time people, this is as smooth as it could have gone, and we were very lucky, even with the little mistakes that I have here. It's like mistakes that I can live with that doesn't affect the function of the tile. Thank goodness. on the next kitchen reno video. More drama, even though we didn't ask for it, but here it is. Subscribe for the next video and you can see what color I paint my cabinets. Well, the twine broke, dropped 3 cabinets, only 3, and they broke.